Hello, everybody, and welcome back to I'll Watch It Later podcast, the podcast where we lie about the movies we've seen to impress our friends. As always, I am your host, Aaron, joined by my co-host and best friend, Jordan.
Hi, everybody.
And Gimpy McGee, Scott, is back in the fold. He's back for good until he breaks his other
Until I
hip.
break my other fucking
Next
leg.
week.
So Scott's back, and he's producing again.
Kind
so we'll get the camera off of him because he needs to produce. That's why.
The most production I'm going to do is showing up.
Jesus.
That's what I do.
You and Aaron.
I'm here,
he's
aren't I?
He's complaining about the setup. Who did it?
Yeah.
This guy.
Who's complaining? I'm not complaining.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we really need to do something about the lighting, though, because he's got so much shadow on his face.
He's got so much shadow on his face. I look fine.
That's his beard.
I've seen it.
That's a subjective fucking comment,
What is?
that you look fine.
I look fine. Everybody tells me I'm fine.
Sure.
Your opinion means very little to me. Why don't you go take another nap, bitch?
Yeah.
Anyways. All right. So, what do we got going on this week? We got lots to talk about, tons to talk about. I saw a bunch of movies in the theater.
Yeah, we did.
What else? Baseball's back, so I'll be talking about that a lot.
Hell yeah.
I'm baseball fan number one now.
Apparently he's a Diamondbacks fan.
I
now.
am. Super huge Diamondbacks fan.
Right.
He's like, fuck the Cubs.
No, I like both, but the Cubs are losing, so I'm gonna turn my attention towards the Diamondbacks.
See, as a Cubs fan, that's just typical baseball.
That's
right?
fine, but they're 1-2, and I'm just like watching it, just like God.
They're 1-2. I'm out.
No, I didn't say I was
Literally,
out.
it's like football season. God damn it, dude! 3-0.
You know they play
This
like
fucking
160
game is
some odd games.
Yes, yes.
2 games in, you're like, fuck the Cubs. I'm out.
Fucking losers.
I just like the only person I know is Bellinger. That's it. I know everybody on the fucking Diamondbacks roster. I'm like
name 3 players right now. Don't think about it now.
No, just do it.
Zach Gallen,
Without Corbin Carroll.
Brandon Fat.
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 That's how I'm going to say we are. We're fat.
What's his face?
Oh, I couldn't do it.
Come on, who's the leading home run hitter
2.
right
Christian Walker.
now? Nope.
It is, yes.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
Is it Gordiel?
Yeah, he's hit a fucking home run in every game.
Yeah, I thought he had gotten on base in every game. I was listening to the stats on my way home.
Now you're going to have to go get the fucking hat with the hair.
No, is that guy?
Yeah.
Is that him? Okay.
With the purple hair.
Jeez. And I couldn't name Corbin Carroll. That's not fair. That's my favorite player right now.
Yeah,
he looks like
that's-
Colin
that's
Farrell.
why.
He
That's
looks
low-hang-
like Colin Farrell.
That's low-hanging fruit, dude.
He's already changed his license plate to say Corbin fan number 1.
Corbin fan 1%.
DMV has already got him on standby to change his stuff every week.
No.
No one knows how to track him anymore. 'cause his
They're a lot of
license
fun to
plate's
watch.
different.
They're still hot from the World Series stuff, and they're doing great.
Yeah, I was going to say, opening day, they fucking just
murdered
lit them
it.
up.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, the same thing happened. The Coyotes also just lit everybody. Like, it was just a day where Arizona sports had,
Hell yeah.
I think, a combined 30-something points.
It's
and
good.
one of them was hockey. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's good because you're like,
Thank God football's not in season.
Right,
Would've totally
exactly.
fucking
Yeah,
ruined it.
Like,
I don't know how we bring that standard down.
I
but-
always am like, oh, the Cardinals. I'll check in on them, and it's like, I can only be sad about one team right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we're going to the game on Wednesday. I'm taking Kim and the boys. We're gonna go watch them play the Yankees.
It's okay.
So.
You'd be happy to hear that as a football fan and as an avid Chiefs fan, we are in the news again today because our now not rookie
Receiver.
wide receiver got into a major Dallas accident and is probably going to be in a lot of trouble. So
Oh.
I am so happy Rashee Rice, who we are just putting all our Easter eggs in that basket,
Happy Easter, everybody.
is really going to fuck
We're
us over.
recording
So,
this on Easter.
yeah, we are. It's a happy Easter for everybody.
But this is the first year I've ever, like, that's what I do with my nights, is I turn on baseball. It just plays in the background. It's soothing. It's nice to watch.
I'm glad that you have realized that baseball is a great sport.
It's so good. It's so good.
Dude,
I
it's
love
so
it, man.
boring.
I love
I
baseball.
haven't.
Playoff baseball was fun. Taco shop baseball. You, me, and Scott were having a great time. I was having fun with that baseball. 164 games
No,
baseball is
I'm gonna get
boring
tickets.
baseball.
You're gonna go.
I'll go. No, I'm
at
not-
least gonna I think I'm gonna try for the Braves tickets. I'm gonna try for the Cubs tickets.
That's what he asked me. He's like, you think you want to go on Wednesday? And I'm like, bro.
I have an extra ticket.
We have to carry him out of the car. He
the
ain't
fact
going
of
anywhere.
me walking from the parking structure to the stadium and then walking up those fucking stairs,
Yeah, no, I get it, dude.
not gonna happen.
Did you think we were really going to get parking structure tickets?
Right.
Like, I mean, we're going to park where the straw hat Mexican dude parks us, and we get stuck.
And he's like, "Hey,
Yeah, it's
come
like
we
on."
won't have your driving skills to hit a
It's
car and
like
get
a
the fuck
2-mile
out.
walk.
Yeah, so I knew I just didn't want to leave you out if you were like, "I like baseball."
No, I
you
know.
So, but anyways, all right, let's get down to brass tacks. This is
I was going to say, he's been hurt and dead, so
viewer
he may be-
discretion advised month where we do fan submissions. So we watched a fan movie this week, but we have a lot of other stuff to talk about. Have you watched anything?
The only new movie that I got to watch, because I've been digging into like a lot of old shit.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you can watch old shit.
We
too.
talk about old shit all the
yeah,
time.
but I'll get to that. But I watched that frickin' Snoop Dogg movie.
Underdogs.
Yeah,
What
I-
a stretch
I'm a-
on that title. By
I'm
the way.
gonna tell you right now. If you go into this thinking that it's going to be like a kids movie,
Oh,
like
no.
it's going to be like Home Team.
Hardball.
Oh, it's not. It's
It's not hardball?
it's kids giving the fingers. It's
So it's
like,
Mighty Ducks. Got it.
It's like F word, N word, F word, N word. I mean,
What's
dude,
the
it
N-word?
is. Huh?
What's the N-word?
Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a foreign movie. Good for
It's
you.
a foreign movie. It's all
Subtitled?
subtitled. It is. I put it in and I'm like, oh,
Did you?
this is pretty intense.
Just the tip?
Okay. By the way,
Yes.
This is how we show our age. You're like, I put it in as if you put a VHS into
Yeah.
the player.
Hold
hit play.
hold the phone up.
Yeah, hold the phone up. Rewind a movie.
Take a picture.
Right. No, that's just like you're saying. I put it in. No, you
I
didn't.
know.
You hit enter.
Yes.
Play.
I streamed it.
Streamed it.
Just
Just like Aaron reads books. You did not put anything in.
But then I just been watching a bunch of random shit, man. Like I've been watching a lot of baseball movies.
Because
So I
baseball.
watched,
Oh, that's
I watched
fine.
Fever Pitch, which I love.
You guys
Fever
definitely had a fun time talking Fever Pitch with
Or no.
Lillard. Oh wait, what? Is that
that's
Summer
Summer
Catch?
Catch.
Summer Catch. Yeah.
Fever
Fever
Pitch
Pitch
is-
is with Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore.
Oh, then I have less respect for you.
Have you seen it?
Love
No,
that
I don't.
movie, dude.
Dude.
I don't like Jimmy
I
Fallon.
Please
love
watch
Fever
it.
Pitch, man.
Please.
I'll
It's
try
such
to
a good
watch it.
movie.
Dude,
and then yesterday I
it's-
watched Rookie of the Year,
Oh, I love Rookie of the Year.
and I just didn't realize how fucking terrible that
With that-
movie
Oh,
is.
it's horrible.
It is absolutely
It was
horrible.
my boy who left me on red.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Thomas Ian Nichols, whatever your name is.
Best friend can't even name him.
Isn't that his name?
I don't
Thomas Ian Nicholson?
I think so.
Nichols?
Nicholson or
Jack
something like that,
Nicholson. Yeah.
Oh, I thought
So-
there was a noise coming from
I don't
you.
know. Yeah, just that. I was watching like that Garth Brooks documentary of him
I saw
building
that.
building his bar in Nashville. And
I almost
stuff,
put
which is
that
actually,
on.
actually pretty interesting.
I like Garth.
I like Garth Brooks musically. As a person, I swear to God, he's a fucking robot.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got to be the most. Dude, the guy's a performer, and I think he's like that in real life. And it's just super strange to watch on film because he is so over the top. Like if you're like, hey, I want to construct what I feel like a perfect person would be in
It's Garth
life.
Brooks.
Apparently, it's Garth Brooks because that guy doesn't say anything bad about anybody. He's so like thankful for everything he
Does he
has.
just walk up and say, I got friends
it-
in low places?
I mean, that's the name of his bar, but yeah.
Right.
It is.
I know.
But I mean, it's interesting because I like watching stuff like that where it's
Okay.
like you taking this building and you're building it and making it how he wants it, and so it's just it's kind of cool to watch. It's fun.
I gotta say, I have never been like the biggest country fan, but I have always loved Garth Brooks. Like everything Garth Brooks is great.
He's a showman.
A couple years ago, there was a price like fuck up on Amazon, and I ended up getting like the vinyl box set of all three versions, like studio version, mono version, and like deep cut stuff for like $15.
It's good
This thing
'cause you
sells
can't
for like
fucking-
$150.
Because you can't listen to it anywhere else.
Oh,
Amazon
I know.
Music.
I think he signed a deal with
Is he
Amazon
down on
Music.
Amazon? Because I know he was on Pandora.
Yeah, it's Amazon Music.
Yeah. But yeah,
Fuck
I
that,
love
man.
me some Garth
Give me
Brooks.
some Spotify, Garth.
Right.
Right? I was gonna say I have the
So much
CDs. If
easier.
anyone has a CD player you want to watch it, then listen, I'll let you have them. I don't use a CD.
I don't
player.
even think they make cars with CD players anymore.
I don't think they do.
So, is that it?
That I could think of right off the bat.
All right. That's fine.
Everything else was just old shit. Like, God, what else did I watch, man? I don't know. It's just all old movies, man.
Well, we don't talk about old movies
Right,
here.
I know. Just
I
me and
just,
you.
I did.
He's like,
All these weeks have like just blurred together into one big gray fucking
Yeah, it's
muck,
it's the drugs.
and it probably is because I'm
You're
not taking any.
you're a
'cause
gray muck.
Nothing works.
Glad he's back.
Yeah. So I don't know. As soon as we go on to another subject, I will think of every movie that I saw.
Wait. I also watched this.
Yeah, I watched this. Never
Girls Gone Wild. I
Back
also
to me.
watched this. Hey,
Roadhouse,
Oh yeah.
Did you watch?
We'll
The,
get to
did you
that.
watch the old Roadhouse or the new Roadhouse?
the new
We'll
one.
get
Okay,
to
we have-
that.
okay, cool.
We all three of
So-
us watched that.
Yes. God, we have not talked movies in a while.
No.
I forgot
I
that
know.
Roadhouse and okay. I
Um,
thought we'd already talked about that for some reason.
have you ever seen Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yes.
There's an episode where Larry has a racist dog, and I thought that was
Boomer.
funny because everybody calls Boomer a racist dog, and for some reason I just thought of that,
Yeah,
and I was
Boomer
just
hates
like,
Mexicans.
he hates all
White people.
he hates all people, but
Fucking old 10-second Tom over there.
Dude, I walked in, he's barking at me, and he's like, and I wouldn't even talk to him like I usually do because I was holding food. And then I look over, and I realized that the baby gate wasn't even closed.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
he was
dude.
behind it.
I'm like, you could just push that over, right?
Yeah.
Like, you could just come at me, and he's just like, ah. I'm like, you fucking
He's like,
dumb.
I'm going to bark, and then I'm going to stand here in my square of comfort.
my autistic circle.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't know it, but I had horrible tooth surgery yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Tom
bad
from
they
Alberta
weren't
was actually asking if we were switching back to Sundays. And I was like, yeah, no, we were going to do it today, but Aaron had emergency tooth surgery. And then I sent him a swollen face picture.
I wish it was the front teeth, because that would have been way more
That's what he said
dramatic.
to Kim. She's like, really? You pulled him out? I was like, yeah, the two front.
well,
Big gaps.
yeah, she said 2 because she only knew about the 1. But I went to work on Friday. I started like sitting down. I sit down in my desk and I was doing some paperwork. Started getting these really intense migraines all day, and then they'd go away, and then they'd come back and they'd go away. It wasn't until I got home till I figured out why. That every time I sat, the pressure from my tooth
Because your head is up your ass.
would cause these migraines. So I tried to tough it out. I took some Tylenol, took some ibuprofen, went to lay down, and it was 10 times worse. I was up until like 11:30, 12 o'clock when I have to work the next day, which means I have to get up at 1:50. So I finally called my boss, and I was like, look, I have to figure this out. I have to go to the dentist. And
Oh, so you got to experience one night of my last month.
yeah, that's actually what Kim said. She's like, because
This has been every night for me.
it was
man.
like nerve. I guess it was nerve pain, and
Dude, it's horrific.
but so I started calling places in the morning, and they're like, no.
They're like, hello, Whataburger.
Yeah, that lady. She
My
called you a
tooth hurts.
bitch last night.
My tooth hurts.
So
You want a Dr. Pepper shake, sir?
I can't drink it.
so I no, I can drink that. So finally, not with a straw. So finally, I got in touch with these meth head dentists out in Santan Valley.
He's literally 2 miles from my house. I'm
not-
like, that's nice. Great. Thank you.
I'm not joking at all. She's like, I'll put you in for 10, but get down here as fast as possible. And
So what color van was this?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, it was pink.
Pink van.
No, so I drove down to Santan Valley. I hopped in the chair. The dude ripped him out of my head as fast as humanly possible, and I've actually been fine, which I'm super surprised about. Like no swelling, no like
So
hurting.
you looked a little droopy yesterday.
Well,
but
I was-
that's the drugs.
yeah, I was
that's
on the-
Novocaine.
That's,
I was on
that's
the
the DNA.
Yeah. Oh, God, you're so funny.
pink
Which one of us can walk?
I can walk.
Okay. How long can you walk to the stadium? Because I can.
I mean, I could.
Okay.
It'd just be hurting.
Yeah.
But I would do it.
And
Because
then
I'm a man.
And then cry.
I'm tough.
Your daughter said you
Then
cry,
I go home.
cry every night.
Go home. Put my own
Walk to a
grill
baseball
together.
game from 9 weeks ago.
I put
Be
the
a
grill
man.
together. Did she say she put the grill together?
All I know is I've just heard stories
Well, he certainly isn't cutting trees
that
down.
somebody else put the grill together.
I put the grill together.
It's okay. I'm a man enough to go buy a floor model, so I didn't have to put anything together. I was like, yes, it's already pre-done.
I mean,
Just
I'm
gotta
getting
hook
to
it
that
up.
point in my life where it makes sense sometimes.
I'll take a few
Where I'm just
scratches.
like,
Who cares?
You know what? I'll buy that one so I don't have to put it together.
Dude, saved me $100 and it was already done. Yep, perfect.
So, did you watch anything?
Yeah,
What'd you watch?
nothing. No, I'm just kidding. What
He
did I
goes, yeah,
watch?
nothing.
I watched
goal, son.
our movie. I watched Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
We saw Ghostbusters together.
Did.
We saw
Good at all that.
Late Night with the Devil.
We did.
Been watching a lot of just stuff to kind of fill time, like threw on old TV shows while I was working. Can't think of anything out of the ordinary that we need to really kind of get into because it's just stupid
fine.
shit.
I just wanted to go
Nothing
over
too
two
crazy
things real fast
before we
and
get into the big
to the
movies,
Roadhouse
yeah.
and the Ghostbusters. I went and saw Love Lies Bleeding.
Oh God, it's been
Love, laugh,
shit.
lip biscuit.
Yeah, so it's Kirsten Stewart and this buff chick, and Ed Harris is in it, and Dave Franco, and it's really fucking good. I don't think it's gonna win.
Give me the rundown because
I am.
it
So
looks like a weightlifting lesbian movie.
yeah, it's definitely a lesbian movie, but it's more so these. Kirsten Stewart runs this like late night gym that's open really late at night, and she lives in this small town where everyone's kind of like the people in Santan Valley who look like they do meth.
Cool.
And this stranger comes in, drifts in, and it's like set in the 80s, and she wants to go to this weightlifting competition. But her dad is like this owner of a gun range, and he's like a huge asshole, and apparently there's some skeletons in his closet.
So that's the hook. Her dad's super conservative.
Right.
Sure. Well, he's also like
And she loves Arby's, if you know what I mean.
murderer and like a gang member. So Dave Franco plays the most disgusting character you ever. It's her sister's husband, and
Base it off his brother.
he beats. And I'm not spoiling anything because this is the basic plot. Like it's not giving anything away, but he beats her sister, and then the big girl winds up killing him, and then
Right.
they're trying to cover it up. The whole movie's about that. So like that, I'm just giving you the setup.
So it's Helga and Louise. Got it.
Sure.
We're on the run now. Let's get in our
her
car.
dad gets involved, and it's like this whole thing, and it's really, really fucking good. There are some crazy intense like lesbian sex stuff in here, like part where Kristen Stewart just goes in the bathroom and just starts finger blasting this chick, and it's just like super weird. Like it's so awkward. Like if I was with my parents, I would
Will
have
you
looked away.
stop selling me on this movie? I am going later.
No,
Aaron's
it's-
in the theater and he's like, Parker, cover your eyes.
Earmuffs, buddy.
So
Your brother's asleep.
I really fucking enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. Like it's not what I thought it was going to be.
I was going to say that
It's
none of the stuff I saw
super
it looked like it was
thriller
going to be
and
that way.
tense and yeah, there's a really weird like A24 moment at the end, and that I'm not going to spoil, but it just didn't make a lot of
Fucking
sense.
stop motion
But
alien.
Where the lesbian was straight the entire time.
No, but I will tell you this:
Allegory.
this literally happened. Is the movie ends? The guy who had been talking to his girlfriend the entire movie
That's weird. We haven't been to those.
looks at me and goes, "What the hell did that mean?" And I kind of tried to explain it to him. And
Why did he ask you?
Because
Like, were you the only other one in the theater, or were you wearing your I Love A24 movie shirt?
He was like, listen, you toothless fucking weirdo.
No, he asked me
I
because
thought this was Godzilla.
I was like 3 seats away from him, and his girlfriend didn't know either.
So he pulled a me. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, but he actually asked me. He looked at me and said, "Hey, man, what was that?" And I told him, I explained to him what the ending meant and what, like, and he goes,
Aaron spent
I don't
another 30
think
minutes
so.
in the theater with this guy explaining a movie.
he goes, "I don't think so, man."
So you see, the ending was an allegory for the Bible. You see, because
was
Jesus,
something like that.
Jesus had risen
But-
and he had risen. See, because it all makes sense.
Happy
If you were
Easter,
smart
everybody.
and you were a cinephile like I am, you would know.
Anyway, here's my sticker for my podcast. Come check us out.
Yeah,
we
come
record
check
every
us
week.
out.
Anyways, it was something along those lines. But yeah,
Really
so,
should hand out like our card, like business
should've,
cards or something.
Yeah, so I really liked it.
Congratulations, the ending has been explained to you by the I'll Watch It Later podcast.
Here, first download's free, and then every 155 of them are too.
Oh, that's funny. So I watched that. Then I went and saw my favorite movie of the year so far. I've been talking your guys' ears off about this movie. I can't
Ghostbusters.
not wait for it to hit VOD.
So excited.
I cannot wait for you guys to see it. It's Snack Shack. This was a total toss up. Yeah, it was one of those nights where the boys had gone to sleep. Kim was,
Because it's 15 miles to the Snack Shack.
Tin roof, rusted.
Oh, you fucking missed me, didn't you?
Yeah,
so much.
so
Just
much.
waiting. Are you done?
No, we're just gonna keep switching cameras to us laughing at you. Get off your phone. Let's
So,
go.
anyway, so it stars.
Looking up the plot, I remember it's my favorite movie. of the year.
So it stars Gabriel LaBelle, the kid from the Fablemans, the main kid, the
Yep.
Steven Spielberg. He's one of the. It's about two buddies. They wind up not buying. I guess you have to go
Banana
through
stand.
Parks and Rec. You have to go through the Parks and Rec department to
That's what I've been watching.
weird. To run the Snack Shack for the summer, and it's all, dude. It's just a slice of life movie, like coming into your own type of thing. There is a scene in this movie that
more
is
finger banging?
No,
The money was in the banana stand, Michael.
it's so fucking heartbreaking that I sat in the theater and cried for not like
Bill,
The guy,
we're out of Orange Julius.
the guy goes to hand the hot dog over and drops it over the counter, and Aaron's like, "No,
Oh my God!
fuck!"
this will be the
Snack
last
Shack.
episode.
It's an A24 movie as well. The hot dog represents lost youth.
There is a lost youth. Of
course it is.
And then like they're both after this kind of like same girl, and that it kind of splits them up, and they reconcile. And dude, it's so fucking good. The movie is so fucking good. I cannot believe it. I hate that nobody's seen it. I hate.
They were giving away tickets. Like I saw something come across my email where it's like, "Hey, come see Snack Shack this weekend, free tickets." I'm like, it must not be good. And then you're like, "Bro, I'm gonna go see Snack Shack." I'm like, "What the fuck is going on here?" I was
Yeah.
in some weird parallel universe.
Got free tickets, bro.
No, I actually had to. I used my movie pass, but yeah, no, I I went and saw it alone. It was like I was the only one in the theater, and I fucking
odd.
had
It's
myself
like Dream Round all
a good
over again.
cry. No, it was way better than Dream Round.
I love that movie. I don't get it.
But I did. I had myself a wonderful cry, and one of my favorite movies of the year. I'm sure it will stay on the list all year, but I really want you guys to see it. I really think you'd love it as much as I did.
See, I think I've fallen into the Aaron category now, being off these last few weeks and being in immense pain. I feel like I cry at everything now.
Yeah.
Like also, like
I'm
I'm like,
hey, bro, I'm not
I'm
kidding
like,
you.
oh, rookie of the year.
I think that's part of the
He loves his
anxiety
mom.
shit.
Where's his dad?
But when you see
Gonna hug
this,
my daughters.
when you see this movie, you'll understand why I cried so hard, dude. It is fucking crazy, and it is so. Oh, it will take your heart, and you'll be like, ooh, and then just
Put it in a blender.
yeah. Go ahead. To oblivion.
Just
Yeah.
blend it
Go
to
on.
oblivion.
Yeah. kinda. So, anyways, all right.
Hey, let's rendezvous too.
So I also watched a really good documentary, which I had no interest in, and I think these are the best documentaries to watch in your entire life. I watched a documentary on Insane Clown Posse, which I
I
don't.
forgot you watched.
I
that
don't
movie.
care about.
Whoop whoop.
I don't
Forget
care about
Fago.
Insane Clown Posse at all.
Spraying
I've
yourself down
seen.
with orange
I
Faygo.
saw them live one time. I was interested in the documentary because they were sending it out through Vinegar Syndrome, but you had to buy it, so I didn't get it. But somebody said it was on Prime, and I said, throw this on. It might be interesting because I hate these guys. By the end of the documentary, I didn't hate them as much.
By the end of the documentary,
he went out
Parker
bought-
was painted off like Violent J, and then all the other kids were just
No,
yelling.
Kim's like, what are all these packages? That's the entire discography, Kim.
Right.
No, I really hate their music, dude. I tried when I was younger. Like I said, I even went to a concert. It's not for me.
I'm not gonna lie. If they were on the bill with Corey Feldman and Limp Bizkit, I would be way happier. And I would be totally
I
into
would
it.
see. Watch
That would
the whole
almost be
thing.
kind of fantastic.
That would
Right?
be amazing.
Get Scott in his wheelchair in the middle of the crowd, and it will be fun. It'd be great.
Just crowd surf his wheelchair. But yeah, I watched that documentary. It's all about how the Juggalos got classified as like a gang
Hate
unit
group or- yeah.
and like a hate group, and how it's and then it kind of goes through like Violent J, how he kind of like took it as an artist, and he's like it affects his family, and he has anxiety like we do, and he's been torn up about it forever, and then it's
He says like we do.
Right. Like I was trying to pull someone into his problems.
no, it
Come on, juggalos and juggalettes.
it just
You feel me?
feel
we
me?
have anxiety. Whoop whoop.
right?
It just humanized.
Can I get a
it, man.
whoop whoop?
And I kind of felt for the guy because I don't care about the other dude. The other dude was going crazy.
So Violent J's the skinny little fucker,
No,
right?
no, that's
He's the big guy.
He's the big guy.
Oh, okay.
So he has,
Shaggy
like-
too dope.
Shaggy
yeah, he's
too.
the one
He's
that
the
was trying to
skinny
like.
guy.
God, I can't believe we're having this conversation.
And we know the name.
I know.
Who's going chicken hut?
No one's looking anything up right now.
I mean, I had the.
It's all top of mind.
I had the watch. I mean, I had a couple songs on my iPod. You know, the fucking
Hold
Tilt a
on.
Whirl.
He's like, I got the hatchet tattooed
Breaking
on my
news
lower
while
back.
it's breaking. We got Aaron in the chat. Whoop whoop. So got some
Anyways, so
combination.
the documentary is worth
Speaking
watching.
his language.
right.
The documentary is worth the watch, and it's just like they follow some guy in Arizona who was supposed to go to like a Mesa show, but the reason they follow him is because he was supposed to get custody of his child, and then
They're like, no, sir.
the
You're going where?
the CPS guy showed up to their house and
He's got the hatchet
saw,
man tattooed on his
saw
chest.
all the Insane Clown Posse stuff, and then like denied him custody, even though the mom was like this like drugged out, like in a halfway house.
Can't blame him.
Yes, you can. The guy had a decent job and fucking.
Yeah,
So-
sometimes you know. That's
Oh
like,
wait, you're a lawyer for the county? Great. Ooh, sorry, you're a juggalo.
yeah,
It didn't help that he showed up to every court meeting in paint.
yeah. Who's my lawyer? Oh, the guy with the big giant pot leaf tattooed on his forehead.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, this is the kind.
Hey, he doesn't practice
type of
Santeria.
stereotypes they don't like.
yeah, stereotypes for a reason.
Jesus Christ, dude.
That's what I watched.
Stereotype the movie?
No, I watched the new Dave Attell
yeah,
comedy
yeah.
special, and one of the things he goes, "Racism is never funny, no matter how accurate and hilarious it is." I'm like, it's pretty fucking great. It's such a good one. Yeah,
Someone
watch the
knocking
David
on the door?
new
Yeah,
David
it's a
Attell
chair. I'm
Oh,
laughing.
okay.
I'm laughing like a big
He's
fat
enjoying
jolly
himself.
Santa.
Okay. All right. So,
You watch anything else?
no. We can get into the.
You said documentaries plural. Did you watch more than just the one, or
I think so, but I can't remember what it was.
okay, that's fine.
It was on Max. Everything I watch is on Max now.
Well, you ended up watching the one about the kid diddling on.
I did.
Nickelodeon.
Oh my god.
we haven't
dude.
talked about that.
Fuck. Yeah.
Somebody talks about that, but I haven't watched it, and I have no desire to watch
No,
that.
it's actually it's really.
I
fucking
understand
good.
that.
I feel like I've seen
but
enough.
I
from
didn't
just
watch
everybody else.
any of those TV
Oh,
shows.
okay. So I watched.
So I have
all
no
that,
connection
Kenan
to
and
any
Kel.
of that. Yeah.
I love the Amanda Bynes show. So the first 2 episodes
How
are.
old are you?
I'm 40.
I'm a 40-year-old.
I'm just. Yeah, bro. Like we're 40.
We're 40, motherfucker.
The Amanda Bynes
No,
show
just-
was on when I was early teens, like
That just
12,
seems
He's like
so
Amanda
weird.
Bynes was on when I was like 27, dude.
Sometimes it's weird. Like I'm sitting here going, like, we're not that far off in age. I'm gonna be 45. You're 40. 5-year difference really made because I've never once seen any of these shows. I've never seen Kenan and Kel. I've
The
never
only
seen...
one that probably
Salute
you
Your
and
Shorts, Pete and Pete.
the only one that you and I probably
Are
can
you afraid
relate,
of the dark?
No.
Holy shit, dude.
The only thing that
That's what I'm
probably
saying,
you
it's
and
a
I can
5-year
relate
difference.
to is probably Double Dare. Because
Double Dare,
Dare?
Family Double
because
Dare.
Double Dare was on a different. It
I
was
watched-
on regular TV before it went to Nickelodeon.
But see, I saw Nickelodeon stuff because I watched Hey Dude. I watched shows where at the beginning of things, like you can't do that on television.
Hey, dude. Hey,
Hey,
dude was my.
Yeah,
time.
but you're talking. I'm watching Amanda Bynes. I didn't know anything about her other than fucking not Ladybugs. She's all that.
She's all
but
that,
I
yeah.
knew her in the news. I've never seen anything she's done.
Oh yeah, all that like sketch show stuff and
Never
the
once
was
seen one of
amazing.
those.
I didn't know anything about the Dan Schneider stuff, but if you do watch Quiet on the Set, the first 2 episodes just set up all the Dan Schneider stuff. Talks about all the female writers back then and all the inappropriate stuff he did with them.
Yeah, what was everybody doing to let this one fucking dude
Yeah.
from head of the class ruin everyone's life?
It goes fucking
That's who it is.
like through all that, how he became such a powerhouse on Nickelodeon. Then at the end of the
Because we're not talking like fucking Weinstein. Like this dude, like was like no one knows who this guy is.
Look like
Yeah.
a 40-year-old with a
well,
Justin
apparently
Bieber
everybody
haircut.
knew who he was. So at the end of the second episode, Drake Bell sits down. And you're like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then the third episode is
I was the
completely
kid
about
in Pulp
Drake
Fiction.
Bell, and then the fourth episode is about like the ramifications. I didn't know all that shit about fucking the Boy Meets World cast. And this, dude, it makes so much sense.
If you
because-
talk shit about Mr. Feeney one fucking
no,
time,
it's fucking Ryder Strong, Wolf
yeah,
Friedle. They wrote letters in support of this fucking kid toucher.
Okay. So here's the thing, though, and this is my issue is that you can be friends with somebody, not experience the same thing as somebody else, and write a letter of support for someone that you know personally that that to you has been good. Publicly, that looks like shit. I get that. You can defend your friend, and then when this shit comes out and it turns out to be true, you can walk that back and say, you know what? I didn't know.
I agree.
My words at the time reflected how I felt about him at the time.
But they
He's
never
a fucking
did.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, so did Cyclops. I mean,
Cyclops, I believe, is a kid diddler.
why? He's in
James,
Sonic and the Hedgehog.
James Marsden, dude.
He was
because
in Sex
he's been-
Drive.
He's been linked to.
He's our Cyclops.
He's been linked to the Brian Peck stuff. He also, there is a story that came out, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, where Joey Lauren Adams or whatever his name is, I can't remember.
Joey
whoa.
Lawrence.
Joey
Yeah,
Lawrence.
that
Joey
guy.
Lauren Adams
Joey
is the
Lauren
blonde
Adams
chick
is
who was
chasing
topless
Amy.
in Mallrats.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you're right.
Finger cuffs.
Where a story came out where he went into a hotel room to get a Marvel role. He specifically says Marvel role. He was asked to perform oral sex on this guy, and he said no, and then he got dropped from his agency, and then James Marsden got the part, and that's Cyclops. So
Okay. Yeah, that's weird.
so if you go back, it's a lot of like.
Well, considering what we know about Bryan Singer, okay.
Exactly.
I know.
Exactly. And Marsden's good friends with Singer. He was good friends with Peck. He was good friends with Peck for a really long time. I mean, we can go down the conspiracy hallway all day long. We
Can
don't
we?
know anything. This is all speculation. But I'm just saying, it's made me not really like the guy. Not that I ever thought he was a good Cyclops, because Cyclops is badass. And he's a
No,
whiny
his
little bitch.
portrayal's
Yeah.
stupid.
So-
Speaking of, we watched the news X-Men too. We can talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Yeah. So yeah, I just Quiet on the Set. If you're interested in that stuff, I highly recommend it. I watched all 4 episodes in like 2 days because I had watched 2 and then I was waiting for the next 2 to come out, and they came out the exact next day. So I watched the rest.
I guess there's another episode coming of like the fallout or
It's all
their
the
interviews or
people
whatever
that
shit.
were
Yeah.
diddled. So all the diddlers except
Well,
for
I mean,
Amanda Bynes.
Well, it's funny because it's all coming out now where it's like everyone's talking about it. Now other things are showing up on like my TikTok where the kid, I think it was one of the kids from Charles in Charge came out and was like, yeah, fucking Scott Baio's a fucking asshole.
I heard
He's,
that
he
too.
slurs and he's abusive. And then Nicole Eggert, who looks like 3 Nicole Eggerts now, came out and was like, yeah, no, he was a dick. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay. none of my past is happy anymore. Like
Right,
everybody,
yeah.
fucking Mrs. Garrett probably fucked over Joe somehow, and I just can't do this shit anymore. I don't want to know anything about anything anymore. Like, leave me out of it. I'm sorry that you guys went through this
Breaking
abuse.
news:
You made me
Alice
happy.
is a child rapist.
God, I don't think we can laugh at
Good
child rape.
Lord.
Anyways,
Hey, Mrs. Brady,
I have AIDS.
I touched Peter's Peter.
Anyways,
Wah, wah.
all right. So we all watched Roadhouse.
We did.
Here's what I want to say about Roadhouse. That you guys can. I'll let you guys take the reins. The first everybody, listen to me, please. Please listen to me. Tom from Albert, listen to what I'm going to say. The first Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze isn't a masterpiece of a movie.
Oh, thank
It's
God.
not some fucking.
I thought you were going a different direction.
Oh
on that
my
one.
God! Some fucking. We must hold this to some high praise. Fucking mountain of film. It's a fucking B movie that had Patrick Swayze and Sam Elliott in it. It doesn't. It's no better than the one that just came out, and it's no worse. They're both on the same playing field. They're both fun movies to watch when you've had a couple and you're eating dinner.
Yeah,
and
but
you
only
have
one of them has a wide-legged Irishman running around like a fucking gorilla.
So I just want to get that out of the way, because if I hear one more person that says just watch the original, I'm gonna bop him on
it's
the
so
head.
stupid.
It's so dumb.
And only one has Patrick Swayze's penis in it.
Yeah, there was no Jake Gyllenhaal penis.
Hey, he took a full point out of the writing on Roadhouse for that,
and I checked.
and he looked.
He did. Fucking watched it in like one time.
No, I
Did 0.5 speed.
I checked.
It's like it took me 6 hours to watch this fucking movie.
God,
I checked
why is
for,
this movie so long?
for Gyllenhaal penis, but there was none. No,
That's in the
McGregor
Bubble Boy
penis either,
it's in the
which I
Bubble Boy
thought because you
outtakes.
saw his butt.
Yeah, probably taped up.
Probably, because I'm sure it's very long.
I'm sure all
Stinks.
the drugs he's in.
Taped to his chest like a microphone.
we put the we put the
why
lavalier
he was-
microphone on the tip of his penis
That's
and
why
then wrapped
he
it up
was-
to his neck.
That's why he was buttoning his thing up. He didn't want to see the taped up microphone.
That's why he's walking this way, because his dick keeps dragging. They had to digitally edit it out. That's why the movie took so long to make.
Right. How does he get all this shit? He's now the highest, he's the highest paid, actor.
You know what movie he's going to be in next?
What?
Expendables.
Is he really?
Are they make? Oh,
You-
I'm sure.
You know somehow.
No, that fourth one bombed so bad. I don't think
Oh, they'll
they're
make
ever gonna
another
make. They're,
They're like, we got to have Conor McGregor in this shit.
I have the 4-pack somewhere over here.
no, the next Expendables movie is just going to be all those kids that got diddled of Nickelodeon. Like, throw them out. We'll put a new one in.
All fighting Jason Statham in a giant fucking pigeon or some shit.
Oh my god!
No, they'll all be fighting the Schneider guy.
Right,
The
He's-
pet-
Dan Schneider versus.
the pet
He'll turn into
shopkeeper.
a fucking. Did you see his apology on TikTok?
Oh, it was so bad.
He looked weird because he had that bowl cut fucking beard.
He's had that since fucking head of the class.
No, he was clean shaven. Looked even weirder. That's who they're gonna have to fight. The bold shave. It's just gonna shoot rings.
They're all
of-
holding fucking broken off broom handles, and he's taped up.
So,
Good luck.
Anyways, what do you guys think of Roadhouse?
What'd you think, Scott? You're the one broken.
Well, I told him the minute I sat down, I was like, about halfway through this, I go, I see what they did here.
Oh, so you went halfway to realize that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious right off the bat.
The second I saw Post Malone was the guy kicking everyone's
Yeah.
ass until Gyllenhaal unrobed his head. I was like, oh, this is what the movie
You know what's funny
is.
though? Is I think Post Malone's actually pretty
I think he's
decent
funny.
in everything he's fucking been in.
I like the dude.
But
I'm
I-
not into his music, but I like the dude.
I like the direction they went with the movie. The whole ex-UFC fighter and he's banned because he beat the shit out of this guy and stuff. It's cool that they kind of went a different direction but kept the movie the same. But I was like, okay, here's what they're doing. They all sat around. They're like, guys, what's your favorite movie from childhood? And they're all like, Roadhouse. Exactly.
Roadhouse.
What are the best movies today? Fast and Furious.
That's
Yeah,
So
I
what
mean-
we're going to do is we are going to put them together
I mean, it makes sense.
and we're going to release it as a new movie.
Well, and the thing is, the director is the one who did, I think, the first 2 Jason Bourne movies. So it makes sense, the craziness. At some point, though, I started getting tired of the whole camera flipping thing. Oh, look, he's flipping it backwards, and then the camera's flipping. I'm like, I'm getting nauseous. This is crazy.
It was like a fucking Transformers movie.
Yeah, but it was really
Motherfucker.
fun. Gyllenhaal is just quirky, which I
Yeah.
think made his character fun because Swayze was cool.
Right.
Swayze played it cool and aloof and mysterious, and he's like, Gyllenhaal's like, hey, do you have insurance?
Yeah, that was
I'll
the
take you
best.
to the hospital. Hold on. Now let's fight.
See, I think
And he's like, just do it. He's being silly.
I think if I could beat everybody's ass willingly,
I would
be the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you might want to rethink this real quick.
Look, bro, you're gonna lose some teeth in Santan Valley. Coming at me.
You're gonna look pretty silly
And
trying
it's
to
just-
pick up all those teeth with 2 broken arms, my friend.
Right?
Is
like
that what he
fucking
said?
Tyrannosaurus
No.
Rex.
Oh.
But no, it's just he played it, I think, perfectly because you didn't want a clone of Swayze, and I think that was perfect. There was almost no mystery to him. You could tell he had anger issues, and he was trying to keep it cool and just be silly and diffuse it with humor, which is fun. And then, like, once the switch flipped, all of a sudden he's like a fucking murderer. Like, I was like,
Did he
you
kill the
killed
guy in the
he
ring?
Killed a cop. I think he killed that dude in the ring. He's okay with blowing shit up. I'm sitting there going, oh, so when Swayze was like, this is my last resort, and the only reason I pulled the guy's throat out at the end because it was life or death. Gyllenhaal's like, dead, 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 dead. I'm funny, dead. And I'm just like,
He killed that
10
guy.
stars. Like, this movie was fun as shit. And
Yeah.
I was the biggest detractor on... Oh, it was not even filming. I got it. Spider-Man.
That was nice.
And when we rewatched Roadhouse, I had a better appreciation for it.
All right.
Cool. I still don't think it was that great. Like you said, it is what it is.
Right.
It holds a lot of...
I do like the movie,
it's
but I
fun.
just don't understand these people that like watch the original.
it's like their
It's
Citizen
like-
Kane.
It's
What
it's
the
fun.
fuck?
It's not a great movie.
No.
That's what I just said.
but it's a fun movie.
It shows its age. It's the 80s.
it
It's
hangs
what
around
it
too
is.
long too.
This one, there was things that could have been cut out. I can care less about the little girl in the bookstore. Who cares?
Right.
Like, okay, that was his way of, well, I'm not leaving. I gotta save the
Autism.
autistic bookstore chick's family.
You had
and
to
go
have
crazy.
someplace to drop the fucking briefcase.
I don't know. It was weird.
It was a trunk full of
But drug money, thanks. But for me to go into this, I was sitting there going, this looks dumb. I don't care. 10 minutes in, I'm just like, this is fucking fantastic. And I was like texting you guys like,
It holds your
Roadhouse
attention.
is great.
Yeah, it holds your attention through the whole movie. So it's like, I mean, you're not bored by
No,
any means.
not at all.
There's enough action. Like I said, it's a Fast and Furious movie wrapped up with the Roadhouse title.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's,
Didn't Doug Lineman directed it?
yeah.
I think he directed a Fast and the Furious, or he wrote for
It
Fast
wouldn't
and the
surprise
Furious.
me.
If he wrote for it, maybe, but he definitely didn't direct it. Like Justin Lin has had it since like the 4th or 5th one. Rob Cohen did the first one. I don't.
Which is the best.
F. Gary Scott, I think, did the second one, and I don't know who did Tokyo Drift.
If Kerry Scott did the Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, he did.
That's
Too
why there's
Fast.
so
That's
many
why
rappers in it.
There's a lot of
you know what?
melanin.
He did Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Doug Liman's great. Like he
He
does
produced it.
good action. Who directed fucking Edge of Tomorrow? It's not the dude who did the first Underworld movie, was it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I need a sequel to that movie. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I think everybody played their part well. I think the only, which is weird to say, the only downside to this movie is Conor McGregor, but the other upside to this movie is Conor McGregor at the same time.
I was saying the same thing, man, because I did not hate Conor McGregor. Everybody's talking shit about him fucking walking with everything, dude.
Gorilla walking.
But that's
What's
his
fucking
that's his
going
character,
on in
dude.
here?
That's his character. He's a pompous fucking hitman, dude, who knows he's a badass, and it almost lends to the between him and Jake Gyllenhaal kind of coming together at the end for the ultimate like showdown.
Well, and the funny thing is I thought, based off the original trailer, I thought it was someone he knew. Like Gyllenhaal didn't know him. And I'm sitting there thinking the whole time it was like an ex-fighter that
me
he
too.
fight at one point, and they have, they were always had a rivalry, and maybe Gyllenhaal lost to him, or he had done something to him, and when they finally meet, he's just like, "Who's this fucking guy?" And he's just walking. I'm gonna beat up the bar. I'm like, "Okay, you fucking gorilla."
Doug Liman directed Edge of Tomorrow.
Did he? Okay.
He also directed that Chaos Walking, so maybe he is,
He's got hits and misses.
Hits and misses, yeah. So
This is his paycheck movie.
yeah, well, I don't
Because
know.
there was times where I think Conor McGregor's lines were dubbed by somebody else, and they're getting sued for AI use. I believe it because I'm looking at Conor McGregor. None of his mouth moved to
But
some
I
of the
like
shit
when
he
he
said.
said, "Let's go clubbing," and he had the golf club. I'd slap my knee for 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, he's got great
I'm
one-liners.
still upset though that we get to a point, and I will throw this down everybody's fucking throat till the day I die until I see something good.
Your small penis.
The CGI, like when he's on the bridge and the truck, like
That
backs up
was
and shit,
terrible.
looks
Oh, yeah.
fucking horrible.
Well, they had to
Why
rush
on
this
earth-
movie.
How can we not get a good CGI on a truck?
They had to rush this movie because if they didn't put it out by a certain time, the rights were going to revert back to the original writer of Roadhouse from the 80s. And he wanted to have those rights back to redo something. And MGM got bought out by Amazon, so Amazon rushed this movie, and that's why he's now suing Amazon for doing it and putting it out, claiming that they worked during the strikes, which is technically illegal, and they used AI to finish the movie to get it out by this certain cutoff. Studios do it all the time with like Spider-Man. I know that's why they made that second Ghost Rider movie, because they had to keep the rights, and they still ended up just giving them up to keep, to give Daredevil over. It's all stupid Hollywood politics, and
I like Hollywood
and I
politics.
think that's why some of McGregor's lines probably look fucking weird, because they either ADR'd with somebody else doing it, or it might be AI. I don't know.
Right.
So I think it's a fun movie. It's really fucking
You
fun.
should definitely check it out if you haven't. It's on Amazon Prime, rated R, so don't let your kids watch it.
Like Aaron.
I didn't actually. I waited until they went to bed to finish it. Finally,
That's how Harrison knows how to take on
taking
Parker.
me fucking forever to watch it.
Parker comes out. He's got a big old equals tattoo on his neck.
What was that?
Look, Dad.
Who knows?
Anyways, all right. So and then you and I went and saw 2 movies together. We went and saw Ghostbusters Afterlife. Let's talk about that first. 'Cause
Afterlife was the first one. I
Oh,
know it's
sorry.
confusing because it's almost the same plot.
Frozen Empire,
Frozen Afterlife.
Frozen Afterlife, Frozen. It
Jesus
was frozen. I don't know. It had something to do with ice, even though it didn't really explain that very well. I hated it. I don't care. I didn't think there was anything redeemable about it. Were there parts I liked? Sure. Did I think it was good? Absolutely not. I fell asleep like 3 times.
So much potential after freaking Afterlife, man.
Dude, it feels like they remade the same movie. Like, they added things in. They kept the family dynamic. They're out of Oklahoma. They're in New York. Somehow they're ghost busting. Walter Peck's in it. He's pointless. He's the mayor of New York now, I guess. Whatever. The whole third act is almost the exact same third act from the last movie, which is annoying. And I'm going to ruin this for people. I don't care if you're watching live. If you don't want this ruined for you, fuck it. The whole third act depends on the little girl, once again, stopping this big fucking character by herself, and lo and behold, a ghost comes in. Her lesbian ghost lover comes in to fucking help her out, just like Harold Ramis did in the first part of this movie. And then her family comes in to help her. Oh, and guess what? Kumail Nanjiani is the linchpin of this whole fucking storyline.
To be fair, I
is
told
the
you he
worst.
would be.
I know, but it's not hard to pinpoint that fucking plot. I like and hate this movie at the same time. Like, where you find nothing redeemable, there were parts that I really liked, and then there was parts that I hated. There were plot holes in this that I really, really get frustrated about. Like, there's a part at she's outside, a ghost goes into the lions at the fucking library. Yes. The lion comes alive, he's growling at people. People are screaming and going crazy. 5 cop cars show up. The lion jumps in the air to go after the little girl. She shoots her with a proton pack, and people are pissed because she destroyed it. They didn't see the fucking lion apparently jumping out. All 5 cops were arrest the little girl. Like, you fucking dummies. The ghost takes a whole pizza. Slimer's in it. Why? Finn Wolfhard's pointless in this movie.
Yeah, did you call him and ask him?
I did. I was on the phone with him. I said, listen, Finn, let's listen to this new Front Bottoms album, and then we're going to talk. And he said, okay, sounds good. And he told me, he said,
like, what's the fucking
he said,
deal,
I was filming some other stuff. So, this wasn't a priority for me. Plus, they want to make it about this girl. They don't want to make it about me. So I said, understandable, Finn. See you when we were young this year.
Yeah, did you ever think you'd watch a movie and say, you know what, Patton Oswalt, the shining moment of this whole movie? Because he explained the history of this big bad in a way that was cool. And then he disappeared from the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
He stayed just enough to give us what we needed and not long enough to be annoyed with his fucking terrible comedy. And he just left, and it was perfect.
His comedy
Kumail
is so
Nanjiani
bad.
is the same in everything he is. He's the quirky, weird Indian guy that got too buff for a movie that never showed off his muscles, and now that's all his whole fucking persona is. Yeah. He's the funny muscle guy. He does fucking...
He's like Carrot Top now.
It's with less makeup on.
Yeah.
Less plastic surgery.
I just think it was waste. It felt rushed. It felt super wasted potential. Nothing was of any substance. Everyone says they hate Ghostbusters 2, which I don't ever understand because that's probably
right.
I love Ghostbusters 2. I think it's amazing.
And that's what, like, someone was asking me the other day in chat when I was doing Eric's, It's Eric Nagel, was it better or worse than part 2? I was like, what the fuck is wrong with part 2?
Right, nothing.
Not one thing.
Are you okay, Scott? Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm just holding position while the camera's not on.
Okay. So
What? Too late.
now the camera's on you.
It's her. Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, I just like I said, I kept falling asleep. I'm just so bored out of my fucking mind. I don't care that they're making it about her. I don't care. That's fine.
No, it's
But-
okay.
You know what's
But
even
make
worse
it fucking
is
interesting.
you stayed up during the all-female Ghostbuster.
I did.
Bro,
But we saw it
That
like
was the worst.
7 o'clock, and then we didn't have kids. then,
Still,
so-
we're gonna fall asleep. That was the one to fall asleep to.
I know, but
I can't believe you saw that in the theater. I never went to that one.
we all did. I think it was
Yeah.
like me, Scott, Kim, everybody went.
Yeah.
And I didn't totally despise it as much as everybody
wasn't-
else did.
Oh my
It
God.
wasn't
Have you
entirely
seen it?
terrible.
I hate that movie.
but it's not a great movie
Is
at
it?
all. There's some
I like
funny
Kate
moments.
McKinnon.
no,
That's
and
at the
here,
end.
here is my thing, and I've always said this about the female-led movie. It has nothing to do with the plot. It's because they're female. No, I'm just kidding.
That makes sense. Done. Let's move on to the next subject.
Their vaginas can't catch ghosts. No, it's because they decided to reboot a franchise that didn't need rebooting. Set it in the world with a different crew. That's all you had to do. You basically are trying to make a carbon copy redo of the first movie using all females in a weird way, and then the original cast showed up as not the original people. So completely negating the fact that I need to care. And then because it flopped so bad, you had to call it Ghostbusters Answer the Call, because God forbid you call it Ghostbusters to sully the good name of
No,
Ghostbusters.
don't get me
Ghostbusters
wrong. It's
2.
a terrible movie, and I fucking hate Chris Hemsworth in it. And I hate
Oh, it's
Leslie
the
Jones
worst.
and what's her stupid name from Bridesmaids.
I can't stand her.
See, I don't mind them. Leslie Jones, I don't
McKinnon
like
is
at
good
all.
in it,
Because she's black,
and
right?
that's
Yes.
Yeah,
it, dude. And I thought the
I
story
love
was
McKinnon.
kind of fun. That's it. I didn't hate the story, but as far as like Weiner McGee from fucking Bridesmaids, not the fat one, the what's her face? From
I know who you're talking
Seinf-
about.
from
Kristen
SNL, Kirsten Wiig.
Wiig.
She's so. I feel like there's a rain cloud following her. In
As
every
much as
I
fucking-
people
don't
hate-
mind her.
as much as people
a
hate Melissa
character.
McCarthy,
She was a little moon.
I don't mind
That's what
Melissa
I'm saying.
McCarthy. I know people hate on Melissa
I can't
McCarthy.
stand her.
I think she's kind of funny.
Stand that bitch.
I think she's kind of funny. She's a very
not.
character
Name
fucking actor.
one funny thing she's ever said.
You know, when she sat in the sink and took a shit, that was hilarious.
That
I've
was
done
pre-
that.
that was pretty funny.
No, I like Bridesmaids. She's
I
the most unfunniest part of that fucking
She's
movie.
unfunny in everything.
So yeah,
As soon as I saw her in that Jerry Seinfeld Pop-Tart movie trailer, I'm like, I'm out, man. Like,
everybody's
I'll watch
saying
it.
it looks great. And
It
I
looks
was-
funny, and when I find out that it's supposed to be making fun of the space race, okay, it's a little
Okay,
funny.
I
And then I
guess.
see her in it, and I'm like, I'm
Jordan's
out.
like, oh, we're making fun of races? Sweet.
You got to join our hate groups, bro.
Right?
No, but anyways,
2024, brother.
Terrible race.
last thing I'll say about Ghostbusters is just that if they're gonna do this thing where they make it about her and she's lesbian, that's cool and all.
Didn't bother me.
That's
It's just-
fine.
it felt
yeah,
shoehorned in.
It did. It did feel shoehorned, but I don't care about it. But stop taking these characters, and I call it the superhero syndrome, where you're like, okay, in the first movie you're this badass superhero, in the second movie we have to sideline you by making you do either something really stupid or taking your powers away, and they
Right.
did both to her
because she's
and
the
I'm just
smartest
like,
character in this
yeah.
movie as far as knowing how to do things, and she's the dumbest person in this entire
Correct.
movie. And it's so frustrating.
And
I was
it's-
so mad at
It's
that.
Spider-Man 2, except Spider-Man 2 is a good movie, where it's just like they take the powers away, they take the brains away. It's not the same character that you liked in the
It
first
sucks
movie.
because I love
so,
Spider-Man too.
And so, anyways, yeah, if you want to go see it, go see it. I think you're a weirdo, but that's fine. If you say you like it, please don't talk to me. All right, what else? Late Night with the Devil.
Great movie.
Fucking Shudder movie. You'll be on your...
I think next month. Well, April.
Yeah. You need to see it for sure because I know you'll like it. It's not scary, so relax. Don't be like, it wasn't scary. You can't use that against it. It's just good.
It doesn't have to be scary, but if you're going to, the problem that I have with all these scary movies, because that's how people are giving it to you with Hereditary, with Midsummer,
It's not
with
on
all
the same
these.
level.
They are telling you, this is the scariest movie
I hate that
ever
marketing and
fucking
never
happened.
you never to listen to that.
And I'm like, but you're setting me up. And if I go to the theater thinking like, okay, I'm gonna feel uneasy or I'm gonna feel uncomfortable or something, and then all I do is laugh because it's so fucking stupid. I mean,
okay,
then I hate it.
So here's my thing, and I'm kind of making fun of you. If you're that susceptible to people saying that, then you're the idiot. Because
No,
I
you
never.
are an idiot,
Anytime
yeah.
someone's like,
I agree.
people in the theater almost vomited. No, you didn't. Not one person almost vomited.
that's
and
what
if
I'm
they did, they
saying
were
is-
9 months pregnant and they probably had their water break. You're stupid.
And
like
you
that's
can-
a stupid marketing
you
ploy
can-
that dummies follow.
Yeah, you can say all you want about going into a movie with a fucking clean slate. If you went to a freaking Fast and the Furious movie expecting to see action and just bumbling bullshit, and they gave you a fucking rom-com, you'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Well, they gave us the last movie.
Well,
we were like, what the fuck is this shit?
I'm definitely not defending him, but I learned this.
Go ahead.
No, I'm definitely not
dare
defending you. But when I learned this, when I went and saw Mother, the only thing that got me into the seat was a stupid commercial where it was like people were leaving the theaters. This was the scariest movie of the year. People
you
at
can't
South
not
by
think about that.
Southwest literally were terrified. So I said, okay, I'll go see this.
I
fucking
never
movie.
believed that shit.
I walked into Mother, and it was the worst movie I've ever seen. Actually,
So
it's the
bad.
second worst movie I've ever seen. The Happening is still the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
No, ma'am, no.
I fucking hate that
I
movie.
don't
Trying
know.
to kill me, boy?
I don't know. I saw Striptease in the theater.
I've never
Still,
seen it. So.
still funny.
Really?
No, I
never
own it.
seen it.
I own it. But
It's a horrible fucking movie.
the worst.
I better watch it.
Horrible movie.
We came out. Gina Gershon's amazing.
We
in it.
came out of
Wait,
Independence
Gina
Day.
Gershon's and Striptease? I
Is she
think you're
not?
thinking of...
I think she is.
Yeah, she's the.
Wasn't she in
she's
the
like-
other one with Elizabeth Berkley?
That's Striptease.
I thought you were talking about the fucking Demi Moore one.
No.
I'm like,
G.I.
that is a
Jane?
bad movie.
Yeah.
No, not G.I. Jane. She did another movie. Yeah, that's the one. Never mind. Let's move on. It's G.I. Jane. You did it.
I don't know which Demi Moore movie you're talking about.
It's the
The one
one
with Burt
where
Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds and he's like rubbing fucking oil all over his
she's,
head.
what
and
was
she's-
it called? Is it called just called
I don't
Stripper?
know.
isn't it?
If
Or-
anyone
what the
he
fuck
had
is
a
it called?
fucking phone that could look this
I
up.
know.
God
Mine is
forbid.
on the counter at home.
Like, this man's trying not to die. I'm running cameras. Someone
I got it. I got
Gorilla Fingers needs to look this up. Come on,
Strip-
Gorilla Hands.
Striptease.
It's Striptease. Then what's the other one?
Showgirls.
Showgirls.
God
Showgirls.
damn it, I was right.
You were right.
Damn it. All right.
Showgirls. Okay.
Sorry.
Showgirls, Striptease. It's all the fucking same.
Gina
really is, but
Gershon
they're
is
both
in
Showgirls.
Showgirls.
and
Yes.
she plays like.
And that's
the
why I thought, like, when you
rival
said
stripper.
Gershon, I'm like, that can't possibly be the same movie.
So yeah, Showgirls is the
Okay.
worst movie I've
Never
ever
seen
seen.
it.
Oh,
we
Showgirls
walked out of Independence Day at AMC,
Love that movie.
walked right past the freaking concession stand and right into Showgirls.
Oh, yeah, the old loop. We used to do
Yep.
that all the time.
All
I
the
see like
time,
3
dude.
movies a day.
Yeah, fucking
$6.
Day of the Gun. Fucking all the time. All of them.
Oh, with
Benicio
Ryan Phillippe?
Del Toro. yes.
Ryan Phillippe.
Love
That's a
that
name I haven't
movie.
heard in a while.
That's a name I
That's
haven't
a name I
heard in
haven't heard
years.
in-
Cruel Intentions, bro.
Oh, you know what I
25th
did? You know what?
anniversary.
I'm doing the thing where
What?
I'm like, I remember a movie I watched.
Oh, you
what's
did it.
up?
All right.
I
What's
did
up?
watch From Dusk Till Dawn again.
God
Oh,
bless
yeah,
you.
Cool. You should watch
Okay.
the documentary.
Yeah, I put him onto that. It's fucking fantastic.
It is.
So the only time I've seen that movie was at the theater.
Are you kidding? That movie's like
Swear to
30
God.
years old now.
I know. I saw it in the theater.
Dude, I've seen it 100 times.
So I
one of my
watched it
favorites.
on video, and I started seeing all the things where he comes back.
What? What?
Fucking, you know what I mean?
No, we know, old
You know
man.
what I mean?
Oh, I didn't, because if you've ever been to his house, he actually has video.
I do.
So that's why I
I
was
have
like,
VHS.
wait, are you serious?
I believe
Anyways,
it. I believe it.
so I watched it on streaming
Thank you.
and
I read
started
the book.
noticing things, obviously, that I hadn't noticed when I saw it in the theater. Like when they come back to the hotel room and he's got the big kahuna burgers and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
it's
oh,
so
man.
fucking good.
I'm like, God damn, I haven't seen this in so
You're
fucking
like, I
long,
should
dude."
tell Aaron. He loves Quentin. Oh, he probably already knows
If only all
this.
these movies were connected in some way, in some universe.
I knew that there was no fucking way I was going to send that text because I would have just gotten fucking clowned
Oh,
on.
I would have fucking.
But again,
Bro, have you read the book?
but
I'll give you
again,
the book.
I have not seen that movie in a long
Yeah,
time.
So good.
Go back and watch like things like Desperado now,
Yeah.
even though that's a
Saw that in the theater,
Rodriguez
too.
movie. Like, it's just so fun to see all
Yeah,
this.
but they're all humping each other.
Mariachi. I saw fucking
El Mariachi.
El Mariachi's in
Ooh.
the theater.
I saw that one after Desperado, so
Me
it threw me
too.
off, and I was like, it's like the same movie.
It's almost.
But it's
the same
not.
movie.
It's like a prequel,
It
but
shows
it's in
how
Spanish.
it got to his
No, I
cool
get it.
briefcase and stuff. I still, to this day, I like Once Upon a Time in Mexico, but I think it's super boring too. So like, it's both.
there are moments.
There
yeah.
are moments. The end is cool.
Like story wise, it's great, but it's a long lead up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost the point where like. And I know this is blasphemous to say about that movie. I kind of don't care about Leo's character. I know it's a great. It's fun to see his side of things. He's aging out. He's realizing his worth in Hollywood.
Oh,
I think
no,
the
no,
Cliff
no, no,
Booth
no.
shit is
Oh,
great.
First off,
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
yeah, fuck you.
Oh no, I thought you said Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in
Oh,
Mexico.
let's go back to the tape.
You know what's
Um,
hilarious is I knew exactly what you were doing.
I
I
heard.
knew you were just reeling in that fucking fishing pole, man.
Wait, you did that on purpose?
Yes.
Eat my shit.
God bless you,
Low
Scott.
hanging fruit, man.
God.
So fun. So fun.
Dude, I was like, I wonder when he's gonna notice.
All right.
When is he
I
gonna
knew this
notice?
right away, and I was like, "What are you?" I'm just gonna let him finish his thought.
I know, right?
So,
shit.
anyway.
So 30 years later, what'd you think of the
Ghostbusters.
What'd you think of Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
No, what'd you think about From Dusk Till Dawn?
I still love it.
It's so
It's
good.
so
So
stupid and campy, man.
I
And
love Tarantino.
I love the practical
as,
effects.
like,
I mean,
the
you got Tom
asshole.
Savini in it.
I
mean,
love
everything is fucking
that
fantastic.
it plays out of
Prochkin
like
in
a getaway movie, a heist movie, a kidnapping
Oh.
story, and then it's a fucking vampire
That's
movie.
exactly. My daughter was sitting down and watching this. She's like,
She
"What is
never
this
seen it?
movie about?" And I go,
I can't
Well,
tell you because it's
"I go,
literally
it's
everything.
kind of a getaway movie." And then it does a complete fucking 360 in the middle.
So would you like
No, that's the same place. 180, buddy.
180? Yeah. So would you like?
Wait, is this still a heist movie?
Would you like some useless trivia?
Sure.
I love it.
So Kevin Smith was watching From Dusk Till Dawn, and at the beginning of that movie, Michael Parks is the
Yeah.
convenience store owner. He watched it so many times that his neighbors called the police because he was watching it so loud that they thought that there was really a shootout. And that is the movie that Kevin Smith used to cast Michael Parks in Red State because he
I
was
haven't seen
Oh,
that
your
forever.
favorite movie.
He was hyper.
I want to ask him about it when we go in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, he was obsessed with that. He had the hyperfixation, and that's why he cast him in Red State. So, and then he gets cast in the Walrus movie and stuff like that. But because that's what Kevin Smith is. But
A walrus?
yeah, I just always thought that was super interesting because apparently he had like an 80-inch TV in his bedroom with the surround sound and everything. And he kept showing his wife, and he's like, "You got to watch this scene over and over again." And it's like, look at all these angles and blah blah blah. And then it's like, if you see it, there's like screaming and stuff. So that the cops actually had to go in his house and like clear it and stuff. It's
That's fun.
It's funny.
I love that movie.
Me too. From Dusk Till Dawn. Everybody should watch it.
No one's
So-
heard of it. Let's
so
go watch that.
Late Night with the Devil is it's a movie. It's set up like found footage, kind of. There's like a voiceover at the beginning, and then between the scenes there is black and white to show you what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, so it's like live. It's almost like you're watching a
Live
documentary,
360.
like this is what happened this faithful night, where they're showing what went out live. And then, like he said, black and white is showing the behind-the-scenes footage because, like, someone with, like, a Super 8 was filming the behind-the-scenes. And this takes place, what, in the 70s? Like, 77, 76, somewhere around there?
Yeah. So it's very good.
Cool. Thanks.
I don't
What's
want
our movie?
I don't
Anyway.
want to ruin it for you, but the only problem I had with it, the reason it's not a 5 out of 5, is because the ending feels like they forgot it was a found footage movie.
It got weird,
it's
right?
It's really weird, and stuff happens, and you're like, no, bro, this is a found footage movie.
It's weird because
So
I didn't
you
even know
wouldn't
about
see
this
that
movie
part.
until I saw some ads on like YouTube, I think, and they were running them, and they're so just vanilla. Don't tell you anything.
No, that's because this movie, you're going in thinking it's a possession movie, and it's not. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's such a small part of the overall story of what's really happening. Like it's like this guy, he's running a show that I know.
Oh, I know. It's on me. I was aware.
No, just makes faces at the camera.
I'm
was
sure
not
nobody
looking
wanted to see her on his
Vamp,
phone
man,
for the next fucking
vamp.
10
Well, I was
minutes.
just pulling up the
one
guy. I was pulling up his name.
David Dasmachlin.
Yes.
So he's
Finally
like
gets his time to shine.
what was his name? Jack
Just trying to help.
Yeah.
something.
Night Owls.
Yeah, so he's running this like late night talk show that's trying to compete with Johnny Carson, and he's always trying to get the ratings up, and he's like famous, but he's kind of not at the same
Jack
time. He's just
Delroy.
trying to get, just past Carson. So it's like the height of like late night talk, and then he's doing a Halloween show, and he's got not just the possession portion of it, but he's got like the mentalist, and he's doing readings and stuff like that. And then they've got this guy who used to do shit, but then he's also like trying to debunk shit. It's really fucking cool, but you're right. Toward the end, it does this thing where it's like story-wise, it's neat, but if it's found footage, no one saw this.
Correct.
This is like something that happened that there's no way anyone was privileged to what you just saw.
Right.
And then it cuts to what you did probably see. I kind of want to see what everyone saw.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I get
Exactly.
why this happened, but how the fuck did that play out on live TV?
Correct.
So it's a 4 for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's good. I can't wait to own it. I don't care about
Same.
this use of fucking AI for some of the little video thing. Who cares? Shut up, Hollywood.
People are giving it bad reviews because of that.
People would apparently. Okay, so I know you can care less about his opinion, but Gittles went and saw this the other day, and he's like, "I liked
I
it.
don't
I
have
can
any
kind
problem
of.
with Gittles.
I can. Well, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. He's like, I can kind of guess what was going to happen, blah, 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 and all this. I was in a movie, and, we were here, and then people kept booing during the AI portions, like the little, the pictures. I'm like, get out of fucking Brooklyn. Man.
Right, dude.
Like, that is the dumbest. Like, no one needs to boo.
Your brain is rotted.
It's
I would
just-
be like,
it's
shut the
just so
fuck up. I'm
stupid.
watching a movie.
Yeah. So
what?
I thought it was great. It's not. It's not.
Scott's face.
It's not a horror movie. There's some weird shit that happened toward the end that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Kind of almost body horror, low budget,
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
shit.
Shit was rad.
But I mean, it's good.
It's good.
I
Definitely
really
check
enjoyed
it out when you can. And it
It'll
comes
be
on
out like in
Shudder.
a week or two. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
I
Now,
don't even know what we watched anymore. It's been too long.
in the middle of the night. I think it's just called Into the Night.
Okay.
Which is, by the way, not the only name of a movie.
I know it took me a while to find it.
Because it's not prevalent when you go to search for it.
Oh no, not at all. I found it
It's
on.
kind of buried.
I found it on F movies.
Right, but when you search for it, you get like some weird like airplane fucking movie,
Yeah.
I guess
And
it
then
was
you get,
also
like,
a show on Netflix,
Yeah,
like
so-
2 seasons in.
like a show or something. So it's not like the first thing that comes up.
Good call, Scott.
I thought you were ready.
No.
You changed. You looked at me. I'm like,
No,
okay.
I don't look at you. All right, so this week we watched the first pick, Tom from Alberta. He's the one that submitted this, along with
Viewer
75 other movies.
Discretion Advised.
We watched the 1985 R-rated comedy starring Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Pfeiffer, and apparently David Bowie shows up, Into the Night. Here's the basic rundown of that. After discovering that his wife is cheating on him, an insomniac aerospace engineer accidentally meets and tries to help a beautiful model on the run from some extremely dangerous people who are Iranian. And the
I
director
thought
of
they
the
were
movie.
Persian.
Same thing.
Okay. All right.
Iran and Persia, it's the same stuff.
So I didn't know this movie existed.
Me neither.
This was peak Jeff Goldblum, Dan Aykroyd.
Was it peak?
I
Because
wanna
this is
say.
before he got cast in The Fly, and this is after he was in The Big Chill. So not really peak. This was still undiscovered because he wasn't the first pick for this movie.
Yeah,
Who
'cause
was?
He even said
Jack Nicholson? And then Jack Nicholson made fucking Landis come all the way to his house in the mountains just to say, no, I don't want to do it. I was like, that's peak Jack
Because
Nicholson.
even Jeff Goldblum says, he's like, I didn't realize what kind of a gem this was for me
Yeah.
as an actor. He's like, because I just kind of did it and really didn't realize what I had done until like I really kind of like honed in on it later on and like watched it again and thought, you know, like, oh, this is a really good fucking movie.
Well, and this movie came out. This was the movie that Landis did after all the shit that happened with the Twilight Zone movie. So, just a quick rundown: the Twilight Zone movie came out during filming. They had filmed a part in Vietnam where the actor Vic Morrow was carrying a kid across a bunch of water. Well, they cut a lot of corners filming this. A helicopter hit a mountainside with one of its rotors and crashed into the water, completely cutting Vic Morrow and this little kid in half. Like, just killed him on the set. And a lot of trial went on, and Landis was kind of in a really shit spot. And during this movie, he filmed it with the support of almost every director that you could ever think of.
Because they're all in this movie.
They're all in this movie. Yeah, you have David Cronenberg as his
Yeah,
boss.
Cronenberg,
at the
Amy
beginning of the movie.
Heckerling is in this.
Heckerling is in it. You've got
fucking Jim Henson is in this
Henson
fucking
was
movie.
in it. Frank Oz is mentioned
Dude.
because it's a John Landis
Like
thing.
every fucking director
Right.
is in this movie.
Yeah, that's just any part. I mean, even the guy, the fat dude that had the beach house with the girl after she took off, and he's like, get out of the house. He apparently is an actor turned director.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like this was this
blowing my mind.
this
Noting this.
this was a I'm calling in a favor type of movie, and everybody who was everybody that wanted to do this guy a
Showed
favor
up?
showed up. Landis was one of the Iranians. He was the one that never talked, and it was
Didn't
like,
know that.
yeah, did you do anything?
I watched it. I watched
A lot of the most interesting things about this movie happen
Is a lot of
after
behind
you
the
watch
scenes.
it. Is
Yeah.
when you start doing some
I
research on this
didn't
movie.
research it at all. I
because
just watched it because this was
that was when I kind of found out the whole thing of like all these directors because they were like, oh yeah, this director that directed these movies is in this part.
I
This
saw
director-
Cronenberg
Cronenberg's
in the credits. That's why I knew to look for Cronenberg. So when I saw him, I was like, "Oh, that's David Cronenberg." And this is when he saw Goldblum eventually in this movie. Is why he ended up casting him in The Fly. So which is weird because and they even said it in some of the behind the stuff that I looked up is that he plays Goldblum's boss in this movie. Later on, casting Goldblum to be in his movie, essentially being his boss as the director. And it was just like, oh, this is fucking wild. Like that to me is peak
I was
Jeff
excited
Goldblum.
that like Clute Gallagher was
Yeah,
in it.
at the
And I
end,
was-
very like little.
Yeah, I saw his name come across the credits. I saw David Bowie, and I was like, okay, so this cast is kind of stacked because I was like, Goldblum, Pfeiffer, Aykroyd,
Which was like such a quick part too.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to be bigger.
And I was just like, okay, I didn't do any research because I literally watched it the night my tooth was hurting. So
Yeah, I watched it Friday.
So I was like, I watched that, and then the next day I went and got the extraction. So I didn't do any research like I usually do, but you guys blew my mind. So good job, y'all. But,
Michelle Pfeiffer's sister was in it. It was her first movie.
Yeah,
she was the whore trying to hook up with Goldblum right outside the wherever they were, and then the guy came and
trailer
shined
at the
drugs.
movie thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, you guys know more about this than I do. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I thought it was going to be shit, to be honest. I'm not.
It's hard to tell. You
But
never know.
I kind of liked it because it felt to me like the beginning of it kind of felt like Office Space, like where he's like just going to his job and then he comes home.
I wouldn't say I missed it, Bob.
Yeah, and he,
The one thing that I thought
catches his.
I was like, this seems like a adult kind of version of Adventures in Babysitting.
A little bit, but see, here's the other thing, and I said it to him, and before we started recording, it reminds me of After Hours.
Yes, a lot of
where it's like, okay,
That's why I
guy
liked
gets
it.
into a bunch of shenanigans throughout the city. I thought this was going to take place in one night. Apparently, it's like 3 nights.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did the wife not try to look for this guy?
Well,
Apparently,
she was cheating.
Yeah, she's
She-
out
Yeah,
on
but
there.
see,
She's busy.
Yeah, but
that
he's,
broke my heart, man. I was just like, this guy is working his butt off, and he goes home early one day because he ain't feeling good, and she's just getting plowed by
By the bald-headed guy.
some bald.
that bald-headed guy I know from Stargate SG-1. I'm like, oh my god, I know that
I thought you
guy.
were going to say it was Cronenberg.
No,
No, I'm kidding.
God, I'd be so
but
pissed.
Stephen
yeah,
King.
He's got a
Yeah.
seventh arm.
it's fucking Steven Spielberg. But
Called in a lot of favors for
he,
this.
I felt so bad because I'm like, oh, dude, this guy just can't catch a break. And then what I thought was funny about this movie was the Iranian guys, the Persian guys, whatever. They felt like Three Stooges characters.
Even
Whatever-
toward the end, where he's dealing with the Persian lady, like, hey, I brought you 3.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this deal, and stuff. Which, by the way, Goldblum all of a sudden is like a fucking dealer. He's trying to
Right.
like make these things happen. They're sitting on the couch just chewing, seeds or gum,
Yeah.
and you're right. It felt very like, 3 Blind Mice or something stupid. Like, you guys are just comic relief, and it just felt weird in this type of movie.
Yeah,
but it was funny.
It was very funny. Like whatever.
Like, why were they
destroying
trying
the
on
boathouse.
suits and then
Yeah.
trying to go after fucking
When they
it was-
run out into the street, they just point the guns. Out. Yeah, and then they turn around.
Got to live up to the comedy
this
part
was-
of the comedy crime.
All I saw was suspense thriller on. That's what it was
I
categorized.
thought they had it
though.
listed as a comedy.
I'm sure it is.
This is again, and I know After Hours is a sore point, but this is a dark comedy. I mean, this is what would be.
It's After Hours rules, and you're just a pleb.
It's all right.
Honestly, I think if you stack both these together, if you stack
They're
After Hours,
same.
and this
Fuck
movie,
off,
this movie is
Scott.
actually, I think, more palatable
Oh, you're so.
I
than
think
After
so.
Hours,
You're fucking crazy.
just because of how it goes down.
Which is hold on, the main actor in After Hours was an American Werewolf in London, done by John Landis. Anyway,
No,
Small world.
no, man. Because I as much as I like this movie, I thought the plot kind of fell apart when you figure out what everything was going on. I was like, "What? That's it? It's
Yeah.
fucking some gyms. Who gives a shit? This is all. This is a lot to do about nothing." And she has to go through like 85 different doorways in order to get to this plot point. Like
many deaths.
I was like, that was a letdown, dude. That was a total letdown.
I think
to
the
me.
movie dragged a little.
Yeah, absolutely.
2
It's 2
hours.
hours. There was no reason for it to be more than 90
This
minutes.
could have been a 90-minute movie. Like,
Is Alberto going crazy in the
No,
chat?
he's not.
Okay.
He doesn't care about us. It's on the road.
He's like, you guys are fucking stupid.
No, the movie's fun. The movie is peak 80s. Like, it
Yeah.
is
Oh,
an
yeah.
80s movie
Oh, yeah,
through and
yeah,
through.
yeah.
I think it feels like it ran too long. Like, there was parts toward the middle, I'm sitting there going, is this almost over?
Right.
How much more shenanigans can this guy get
Too
into?
many. It should
He
have
hasn't
called-
slept for 2 days. Why am I experiencing this in real time?
Should have been called Shenanigans in the movie.
Come
Because
to
there was too
shenanigans.
many shenanigans. Just too many.
Calvin works here.
I like the part where he parks his car. They're like, they're going to tow it.
The
But
old-
it's
yeah,
like
the-
at 3-8. No, they're not.
No, first
Comes
of all,
back
they were
out.
up there for 30 minutes.
Told you. Yeah.
And it's fucking LA at 2 in the morning. No one's towing that fucking car
No,
out of
you
there.
could park on a wall in LA at 2 o'clock in the morning. The cops will just be like, whatever.
Like, I kind of want to know more about her brother, the fucking Elvis
The Elvis
impersonator,
impersonator? You
with his gay
didn't
best
know-
friend or something.
You didn't know him. You just fucked him.
That was a fucking funny
Yeah,
line.
it
I
was
was
a
like,
funny
nice,
line.
she fucked Elvis.
So, yeah, and I didn't, Michelle Pfeiffer's tits, they were pretty nice.
I think this is one of the first movies she ever got naked in, or maybe the only movie she really.
I think it's the only one. There was lots of nudity. I also like
There was a lot of Playboy Playmates from that time in the movie.
What was weird to me was all these ugly chud dudes were
Dude, it was the 80s.
It's the 80s.
Everybody was an
Nobody
ugly chud.
12s.
Have you ever looked at old footage of like kids in high school, like in the 80s, that were our age in high school, and we look like we're babies, and those guys look like they're fucking playing baseball in 1930?
Yeah.
Like they look old.
It's the
Everyone
cocaine,
looks
dude.
aged.
Yeah, it has to be. I don't know. I'm just like, man, maybe I grew up in the wrong time, you know?
Wish I had cocaine.
Just
Man, I wish I was an ugly chud in the 80s.
yeah.
Maybe you should watch Chud.
I've seen Chud. I'm just saying, maybe I could hook up with some dumb blonde chick in the 80s if I was
Because you know what the 80s had?
Chud.
cocaine.
Gender roles.
That's right.
Wow.
Hey, I'm an ugly chud. You fuck me now and make me a sandwich. Okay. That sounds great, actually. All right. Anyways.
A fucking a sandwich?
Yeah. So what'd you guys give it?
Scott, what'd you get?
I enjoyed it. Again, like you said, a little bit lengthy. It was kind of like a whole night of unfortunate events.
No, they made that movie. It was
You know,
not
a
very
lot
good.
of interesting things like after the fact of watching it. I'm probably at about a 3.5.
Yeah. Me
What
too.
about hard?
I'm at a flaccid 3.5.
I'm at a hard 3.5. I'd buy this and I'd watch it again. And I liked it. I do think he's right. 100%. It's way too long. But now that I know all that stuff you guys said at the beginning, I would definitely 100% watch this again. Yeah. So please, if somebody knows where I can buy the Blu-ray, let me know. I haven't even looked for it yet, but I'm sure I'll find it.
I'm sure.
And then, what was I going to say? I don't remember.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Vamp. Yeah, 3.5. It's a fun 80s movie. I liked Goldblum.
Yeah,
Like,
Goldblum's good.
The cast is really good. I think, like I said, the situation could have been shorter.
I like finding him in things. You know what I mean?
Just
Like,
showing up. Like,
yeah,
Earth
like
Girls Are
everyone
Easy.
knows,
Fucking
like
Nemo.
like like we got to
The
go
fish.
to Wallaby Way. But no, I like, like sometimes you'll just be watching a movie and then somebody like shows up. This is how I felt about this. Like I didn't know this movie existed. I watched it. It was a pretty good movie for Goldblum. And it's not Jurassic Park or fucking 100 of the other things he's been in where he's very Goldblum because that's all he has to do now is just be himself. This is actually like him acting. Yeah.
But see, here's the thing. Like, he didn't really have to do much. Like, he was just standing there a lot, just
He had a lot of
watching. He was like
dialogue.
watching the world around him for like
Yeah.
3/4 of the movie, and then toward the end, he's like all of a sudden, a diamond broker trying to fucking get shit going and
Right.
protect Pfeiffer's character. And it's fun. It's a fun movie. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not a lot wrong with it to make me hate it, but it's just I think time could have cut down a little bit.
We give this a fuck you, watch it.
That's
wait,
not our rating
Wait,
system.
hold on, say it. We give it a boom.
This movie fucks.
Do you know what the boom is? Do you know what the boom is?
No, what now?
Of course what is it? The fucking TikTok, the dad who's like jacked and the kid, and they're from New York, and they go to Costco.
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
I haven't
Like,
watched that.
We're Costco guys.
We're Costco guys. Of course, we eat a chicken bake while we shop, and then they do like the ratings, and it's all like a boom and he's always like boom, boom, boom. We should do that. We should change our rating system.
God, I can't wait to cut all of that out. That was
kill
pointless.
ourselves.
I'm just kidding. All right, so 3.5 all the way around.
3.5 all the way
Check
around.
it out.
Way to go, Tom from
Thanks,
Alberta.
Tom from Alberta.
Beep, 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 beep,
What's that sound?
We spun the wheel before the show. We picked the movie, so let's go. Oh,
So-
that all rhymed.
We're gonna
Whoops.
go to
Aren't you
the
friggity fresh?
faraway time of 1994, where a young Steven Dorff is doing things and he's in a movie. We're gonna watch SFW.
And it really landed on this, Heather.
It really
like
did.
for real,
Like,
for reals,
seriously.
for reals. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I laughed.
I
for
tried to not
25
watch this.
minutes, and I must have joked about it like 86 times.
So here's the cast:
It's a very 90s movie.
Steven Dorff,
Shut up.
Reese Witherspoon,
You've never seen it.
Jake
I have.
Busey,
Not in this context yet.
Joey Lauren Adams is in this.
What? That guy from
The guy
other-
from fucking
Jack Noseworthy, Dead by 30, or whatever that fucking MTV movie was.
What did I say? Joey Lauren Adams was in
Joey
it?
Lawrence
Joey
Adams.
Lawrence.
Oh, Joey Lawrence.
Whoa! Whoa!
Jinx, you make Coke.
Yeah.
Can't drink it, but
What was that, Blossom?
Yeah, it was.
Whoa, whoa.
Anyway, so yes, we're gonna watch SWV, the documentary.
You got
about
one
the
over
band.
us. on us,
I
Heather.
get so weak in the knees.
Now remember,
All this big-
Jordan's gonna make a giant list on our Instagram, and you guys get to pick the next movie. And we need it done by next Sunday, guys.
Something like
so
that.
let's get it going.
Get your asses in gear.
Yeah,
Get your ass to Maz.
Get to the chopper.
yeah,
the
Beth,
job.
let's go. I know you're always out of town.
She's out of town right now.
No, I think she's back.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Who would
Did you
know?
get your 3 a.m. phone call with Beth?
Negative.
Oh, okay.
Those are stopped.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
She doesn't like me anymore.
She said it's cold
Not friends
outside.
anymore.
Hands me a raincoat.
Your wife texted me, told me to stop texting you.
No, it wasn't had nothing to do with that.
Always worry about things.
I like my
like
men
that.
with all their intact teeth.
I'm missing 3. Well, one's a wisdom tooth. Does that count?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Almost immediately. No hesitation.
All right. So, big old something. No. All right. So go to our YouTube, like and subscribe. I did this at the end of the show, so you'll never hear it.
Right.
But go
stays
there.
for the credits.
Go to the Instagram. Vote on the next movie. We'll put a big long list up there. Jordan will sometime this week. I don't know. Whenever eventually. He doesn't like doing that stuff. So. I am going to Dallas, Texas tomorrow to buy pickles. I'm going to film the whole thing, and it'll be on our YouTube channel.
I wish you were kidding.
I'm not kidding.
And you know what? Know what? He's not going to bring any one of his cameras that he bought.
Nope.
He bought like 30. Oh, your phone. You
I'll
brought.
bring the.
Hold on.
I'll bring that one. That's the gimbal for my phone.
You got a gimbal,
Uh-huh.
John Gimbal.
I'll bring it. I'll
You
bring
bought
the
some
little
kind
one.
of like dash cam thing
No,
or something like that.
I'll bring that, but I need a fucking SD card. I don't have an SD card for it right now.
Oh my god, you have like a million things that probably
So-
have an SD
but
card. You
I
can
bought
use.
the microphone for my phone, so I'll be.
What happened to
okay.
our old SD card that went in there?
I don't know.
You probably have it. No, that's our new one that I bought.
Oh,
because
wow.
you know, two of us put money into this show, Scott.
It'd be funny if it was in there. Is it in there?
Yeah, there you go.
Boom! All right, I'll take that.
Ah, damn it.
Oh.
Anyway,
I'll ask him tonight. If I can find it, I'll take it. I'll take it on the.
All I'm saying.
I'm gonna
is
go to
that-
Terry Black's barbecue. I'm gonna
Never
go
heard
to
of
the
it.
Cookie Society. I'm gonna get us some pickles, and not you because you don't like them.
And this is one of those things that you've planned, right?
Nope.
As a one-day trip, and you're like, I'm going to go to these 17 different places.
I'm going to Buc-ee's. I'm going to Martin House Brewing. Going to eat.
You'll never hit all these
Dude,
places.
all you had to do
I'm-
was wait 3 years for Buc-ee's to get built in Glendale. Why do you have to go to Dallas tomorrow?
I'm actually going for the pickles, but Buc-ee's is on the way, so
Okay.
I'm gonna stop at Buc-ee's and get some snacks for snack show. What did you bring this last snack show? Oh wait,
Myself.
absolutely fucking nothing.
Myself.
So shut your dumb mouth
Yeah, he
and
showed
enjoy the snacks.
I mean, did we need more?
You're right.
True.
I walk in, there's a box outside this door with stuff
Well,
in
it's
there. I'm
all
like,
the stuff
oh,
from
shit.
last night, and I just get it out of your way. It's going right back in here.
Cool.
Anyways, all right. So, I'm Aaron.
I'm Jordan.
And Scott.
Big gulps, huh? Cool. We'll see you later.